Hello, gorgeous flower pots. It's only me, your Auntie Nelly. It's Sunday and it's time for me to service you. The weather here is absolutely shocking. So if we lose connection, it keeps reconnecting. I can only apologise. Good afternoon, Lisa Jane, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you, wherever you may be watching me from. It's Sunday. Hello, Bronwyn Harrison. Hello there in that there Australia. Hi, Heidi Marvel. Hello. Looking beautiful, says Tony Chadwick. Thank you very much. I can't tell you how actually grey I am. I don't have to tell you, I don't think. I think I can just show you. It's very apparent, isn't it? Hi, Lisa Ramsley Barton. And hello, Linda Doherty. I was thinking about you earlier, actually. Beth Mullen, hello, Emma Astley. Morning, lovely. I've been watching your little stories this morning on the little birdies joining. So yes, hello and welcome to today's edition of Sunday Service. Tracy Kingston says, hi Nelly, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. And I'm okay. And you know what? Okay is good, isn't it? Okay is okay. So yeah, as I said yesterday, I'm just taking every day one antidepressant at a time. So I've been on sertraline 50 milligram a day since the 16th of February. And we're doing okay. So good afternoon, Stephen Sullivan at the beach. Hello, Tracy Harries and Michelle Ragocki. Ooh, I like that. Susan Fleet, hello in Melbourne, and Gloria Conroy, hello in Scarborough. So once again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Hello, Leah Russell and Kieran Atkinson. Good afternoon, Nellie says. Oh, what were you thinking, she says, and then it went. So yeah, so good afternoon, and it's good to see you all joining me. Hello, Lynn Pillin, how are you, my darling? So Casey Butterworth is also watching. I absolutely love it when you all pop on and say hello. Hello, Dean McChrystal. And Bronwyn Harrison says, you look gorgeous. Tell you what I'm finding lately, and I'm going to send Linda Doherty a message, but is it because I'm like 47 and 2 days old, but when I put eyeliner on here now, it goes there. So does it mean that my eyes are dropping? And we're going to ask Linda Doherty, because she's got fantastic makeup skills, and maybe she knows how to stop that bit of your eyeliner going onto your fucking top lid. I love you too, Sarah Burns. Anyway, maybe you can just reply here. So, hello everybody. Hannah Stevenson says, hello from Minnesota. And good morning, beautiful, says Lisa. Tina Williams is also watching. I think I've got one or two of you. So what's Sunday Service? It is once again Pootle Watson. It is once again an agony aunt show. Any advice I give is purely for entertainment purposes. People write straight into the page and then we read them here for the first time together. A problem shared is usually a problem solved. And if you want anything to feature on Sunday Service or Nighttime with Nelly, then please keep writing into the page. Announcement. So, I've been on my antidepressants since 16th of February, as I've said, and I'm feeling okay. So, without further ado, and I'm going to say this now because then it means that it has to happen. Tomorrow, Monday, I'm going to do a review. I haven't done a review for a long time, and if you follow my Instagram stories on Stella Uncensored, you'll know that my anxiety got the better of me, and I've not been able to function. So I have been coming live with my live shows, but as for doing a review and actually turning the camera on, I kind of lost my confidence, let's say. That's the only way I can describe it. I lost my confidence to do my reviews. So you haven't been seeing my reviews, and I keep getting messages, people saying, do you not review anymore? I want to, and I really want to start again tomorrow. And you know when people say one day, and then people say, no, not one day, day one. Tomorrow's going to be day one for me. So now that I've told you, and I hate letting people down, I have to do it. So yes, so I lost the confidence to review because I let my anxiety and my depression, I guess. I didn't think I was depressed, but with having counselling sessions, apparently I have been. So yeah, so reviews are going to come back. I don't know what they're going to be like, because the reason I didn't do reviews, and I know that I'm talking to you now like as if you're in my counselling session, so please bear with me. The reason I stopped doing reviews was because people come to me for entertainment. I am completely aware of why people watch me and follow me. And I wasn't feeling very entertaining. I wasn't feeling very good in myself. So I didn't really have anything to entertain you with. So it put me off doing a review, because I can pull anything out of a packet, anything, and say, so we've got this foundation, this is what it says, let's see what it does. But nothing was going on in my life, only anxiety and depression, that was where I thought you'd want to hear about. So I lost my confidence, and I'm still extremely nervous about it, and I've got high anxiety about doing a review. Something I've been doing for 4 years, and yeah, so when I do put out a review and it's new, please be kind, hashtag be kind, because it's what I do, reviews is what I do, and I just haven't been doing because I've not been very well, but I'm feeling okay. And when people are saying how you feeling, I say okay. And I can now say okay because I've not been okay. And I didn't come live here today to have a counselling session with you. But one thing your Auntie Nelly is completely brutally honest. Here I am. I'm always laid bare for you. Ask me whatever, ask me anything and I'll answer you. So yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to try. And then my therapist said, you're not going to try, you're going to do. And I was like, the pressure. But I'm not putting any extra pressure on myself. I'm just taking it day by day. And like I said, I'm taking each day one antidepressant at a time. So tomorrow, when I get up, Monday morning, all smiles, jump out of bed. And I'm going to try and do a review. Let's see how it goes. Anyway, there you go. So that's how it's been, really, for your Auntie Nelly. It's been a shit show. It's been a shit show. Yeah, so there you go. But there you go. That's how it's been. So, like I say, when I do put a review out, please be kind. And we'll see how we go. We'll see how we fucking go. So there we go. And maybe I will have a funny story to tell you while doing the review. Maybe something will pop in my head. Maybe I won't have any brain fog. Maybe I'll feel a bit better than okay tomorrow. And maybe you'll like it, and maybe you'll laugh, and maybe you won't. But I won't know till I try. So, enough about my life. Let's dive straight in with today's batch of Sunday service. Dear Auntie Nelly, I have decided after 7 years that I want to leave my partner. I care a lot for him, but I'm no longer in love with him. I'm unable to leave him due to financial reasons at the moment, but hopefully this will change soon. Please can you advise how to leave him in a way that will hurt him the least? Oh God. I'm very worried about what will happen after and coping with him asking me to come back. I know I will be okay, but I don't think he will be, thank you. I think it's so kind and caring of you to put off leaving because you're worried about his welfare, but the longer you leave it, the more difficult it's going to be, okay? So the first thing I want you to do here, and there's no right way or wrong way to tell your partner that your relationship is over, is just be honest. Just sit him down at #kitchen-table, sit him down, okay, and tell him what you've just told me. I'm no longer happy in this relationship. Maybe you may say, well, what about this? What about that? What if we try this? What if we try that? But the thing is, you're saying, what will happen if he asks me not to? If you've made your decision that that's it, it's over, it's going nowhere, then you need to tell him that, and the sooner the better for both of you. Because he's going to hurt, especially if he has no idea and it's going to come as a shock. But is it not better that he hurts now and starts to grieve the loss and move on now than in 3 months' time? You're both going to be in torture one way or another. Because even though it's your decision to leave a relationship, even though it's still a loss and you'll still feel sad, and you're entitled to feel sad. When I broke off my engagement, people were saying, well, why are you bothered with your decision? Because it's still sad. It's still sad, isn't it? It's still the end of something. But you've got to be kind. And I know you've been staying there for financial reasons. I would not tell him that, because that will make him feel less than. I wouldn't even discuss that. Just say, it's come to the time where I no longer want to be in this relationship, but I love you so much. I'd like to remain friends. I want to do this as amicably as possible, and I want to make sure you're okay. So please let me go. I want to let you go because you deserve somebody who will love you in a way that I don't. Talk, be honest, be open. Don't need to shout, you don't need to scream, you don't need to say anything that's offensive. You don't need to go through overall ground. If you've got it in your head that that's why, he deserves to know, but you don't need to say, well, 3 weeks ago, last Sunday, you said this, you did that. No. You don't need to do that. You've made your mind up. So do it as nice and as amicably as possible. Okay? Dear Auntie Nelly, I met a boy a few weeks ago and we've been talking since. We arranged to meet up this weekend for a walk. But we last spoke 3 days ago and he hasn't read or replied my messages. Oh, I messaged him asking him if we were still meeting, but no reply. He hasn't been active on social media either. I can't get my head around it as he was so up for meeting and said he was really looking forward to it. What do you think could have happened? We like to think that when we're being ignored, or the new term for it is ghosted, we like to think there's been some horrific accident in that person's life where they're incapacitated, they can't get to a mobile phone, nobody knows who you are, so therefore they can't pass on any information to you, or they've fallen off the face of the earth. The thing is, probably nothing's happened. That's just us being dramatic and making Hollywood blockbusters up in our head. He's ghosting you. Something else has come along. Something else and someone else has come along who he's took a shine to. And the reason he's not contacted you back and not blocked you yet is because he's leaving you in archives. And as awful as it sounds, haven't we all done it? Haven't we all done it? And I'm sorry, Samantha James just said, maybe he's got no internet. Absolutely not, no. Hello, Dom Daly Johnson. Hello, darling. Give that little girl, that blue-eyed princess, a big kiss from her Auntie Nelly. So, haven't we all ghosted people? Haven't we all started talking to somebody else and you're not quite sure about him, so you put him in archives, and if he fucks off, you can pull him back about. This is the murky waters of online dating. This is it. This is what you sign up for. Me and my best friend, Vicky, we've both done online dating, and every other week we'll both have a new husband. Some weeks I've had a new husband and a new possible boyfriend. Week after, I haven't had any. I've not had an husband or a boyfriend. But that is the world of online dating. So it's nice to think that you're caring and you're worried and thinking what could have happened. He's ghosting you, sweetheart. Move on. You've said, I'd love to go for a walk for you. Are you still up for walking? He's not replied. You walk away from that. You don't have to block him or ban him or anything like that. But please do not put your eggs all in one basket. Have an online husband, have an online boyfriend, have an imaginary boyfriend. But don't put your eggs all in one basket until you've met and you like each other and you've been on a few dates. You know, there's nothing wrong with dating a few people. Okay, there we go. Hi, this is a message for Sunday service. Anonymous, please. Everything that comes into the page is anonymous, okay? 4 months ago, my fiancé cheated on me and left me for another woman. Oh dear. I'm due to give birth to our second child in a couple of weeks, and I feel so vulnerable and lost. Would you let him be at the birth like he has asked me to? I feel like he keeps trying to swerve his way back in. I feel that shit about myself that I just don't know what to do. It's been such a hard time being pregnant. I would have moved mountains for him, but now he's gone off with another girl. And she's the complete opposite to me. I'm all natural and she's 50% plastic. Any advice would be helpful right now? Okay. Can I just say this? By saying that somebody's 50% plastic does not make you any better. You don't know why that other person has had a tit job, a nose job, lip fillers, Botox, butt implants. We don't know what is going through that person's mind in order for them to have aesthetics. So anybody who shames anybody for aesthetics, it's body shaming. And body shaming is not welcome on Antonella the Uncensored Reviewers page. If somebody wants bigger tits and it's going to make their day better, make them feel better, crack on. But the fact that he's left you for another woman is the issue. It's not the fact that he's left you for somebody who's plastic and you're not. Not having that, not having it here, we'll never have it. We don't body shame. What I am going to say is, he's left you for another woman. He's left you for another woman. The relationship is over. However, you're due to give birth. Yes, he absolutely should be allowed at the child's birth. Abso-fucking-lutely. I've said it once, I'll say it again. My husband left me when I was 7 months pregnant and he was there for the birth of Olivia. 10 years later, I watched that programme on telly with Olivia called One Born Every Minute, and I've said this a lot of time, so you'd probably be bored if you watch me every week. And Olivia said to me, "Mummy, did Daddy cut my cord when I was born?" And I said, "Yes, he did, sweetheart." Had I have been bitter and twisted at 21 when I gave birth to Olivia and said, "You're not fucking coming to this birth, it's my baby, not yours," then that conversation that me and my baby girl had would have been so much different. Okay? Okay? So she would have said, "Mummy, did my daddy cut my cord?" And I'd have said, "No, why?" And I'd go, "Well, because I was bitter and twisted and he'd left me for another woman, so I thought, no, he's not coming." Do the right thing for the child. I know you hurt your husband's left you. I know it's hard when you've got hormones raging through your body. You're going to be a single mum that you never signed up for. You've got this baby coming and you don't know how you're going to cope. But what we have to think about is this baby. This baby has a mum and it has a dad who wants to be active in this baby's life. Okay? So we let dad take the part and the role whenever it is relevant to the child. So the child being born is relevant for dad to be there because it takes two to tango. So your question was, should I allow him at the birth of our child even though he's left me for another woman? Yes. And please, I'm not being awful to you and I'm not trying to make you feel shitter than what you do. But when we look at people that people have left people for, you might think, fucking hell, fire, I'm fitter than her or whatever. That's fine. Keep it to yourself. We don't know why that girl is aesthetically enhanced, do we? So if somebody's got a tit job, butt job, nose job, keep your opinions to yourself. You don't know what it's taken for that girl to get up in the morning. Got nothing nice to say? Shut the fuck up. If you can't be kind, don't say anything. Okie dokie. Antonella, I don't know if you're still taking problems. I am, yeah? My husband told me in December, after a drinking session, that he thinks that I should quit my college course and give up my dreams because they're not achievable. Oh. And he didn't think I could handle it anyway. Oh, what a lovely, kind, caring, supportive husband. He's told me in the last few days that someone in his workplace did offer me a job, but he told him I wouldn't be interested. I was. The truth is, he couldn't handle me getting that job and being on a bigger salary than him. I'm fuming, angry face. I have a dream of launching my own beauty brand, but now I'm in a dilemma. Do I launch this or do I lose my marriage? But I know I'll be portrayed as the bad guy if I do. What do I do? Why would we be with a partner? Has this just changed or has he always been like this? I've just seen Tova. Hello Tova, happy Passover. Why would we be in a marriage with a partner that doesn't support us, that is not our biggest cheerleader? Why would we be? I'd like to think, I can't hula hoop, right? Can't hula hoop, it's just popped in the head, but if I had a husband and I said, oh, I'm going to do hula hoop, I'd want him to go, go on, Nell, get that hula hoop done. Go on, girl. Even though you can't fucking hula hoop, right? I'd still want my husband to go, that were fucking fantastic, that. Well done, kid. You know that it wasn't, and he probably knows that it wasn't, but that's okay, because your partner should be your biggest supporter. You should be entwined as a team like salt and pepper, tea and coffee. You know, and if he's not supporting you, when did that change? Has it always been like that? Has he all of a sudden got small man syndrome and he thinks women should have a place and they shouldn't be successful in a career? If that's the case, he needs catapulting into 2021. Don't ever let anybody steal your dreams. It doesn't matter if you're not the next fucking Clarins. You want to set up and launch your own beauty brand? You fucking go for it, flower. Life's too short. Give it a go. Reach for the stars. And even if you miss, at least you'll land them on the moon. Or reach for the moon. And even if you miss, at least you'll land amongst the stars. Menopausal brain. So yeah, so tell him. Listen, if you don't support me, that's fine. But I'm doing this. I'm doing this for me. So you can actually support me or fuck off. That's it. You want a husband that supports everything you do, regardless. Everything you do. What about when you make tea, right? What about when you make egg and chips or something? And you go, here's your egg and chips, and it's like not very good. You want him to go, oh, wow, this is the best egg and chips I've ever had. You know it's not, and he knows it's not. But he's got to be your cheerleader. You've got to be his cheerleader. That's what makes it exciting, and knowing that you support each other, you've got each other's backs. Don't matter what's out that front door, because your biggest fans are behind your front door. And if you haven't got that, then what have you got? What have you got? Eh? Am I right? I think I'm fucking right. I am sometimes wrong, and I'll put my hand up. I will put my hand up. Okie dokie. Hi, Auntie Nelly. Hello. I've got a problem and I can't get my head around it. Okay. I have 3 sisters, and last summer they decided they didn't like one of my parenting decisions. Oh, nothing hardball to the kids, so don't worry. Since then, they've just stopped including me in things. They're breaking lockdown rules. Oh, and not inviting me. Not inviting me where? So they're breaking lockdown rules. They're not inviting you. Do you want to break them and all? Okay, I won't break the rules as I'm a teacher. But I'm not even included with their kids' birthdays now. That's a bit nasty. They don't even answer my video calls. I feel really rejected. Should I give up and walk away? No. They're your nieces and nephews. Couldn't give a fuck whether your sisters want to answer your FaceTime or not. You don't have to have a relationship with your sisters if they decided that you're no longer part of the Golden Girls clan. But you can certainly still be in your nieces and nephews' life. And I'd certainly tell your sisters that. If that were my brother, I'd be ringing him saying, look, I know you don't answer me FaceTimes, but listen, don't know what your beef is, no idea what the fucking hell your problem is, but that's my 2 nephews and my niece, and I couldn't give a fuck what you're doing, don't give a fuck what I'm doing, but I will be seeing my nieces and nephews. So no, you don't walk away, because as you're telling me, you've done fuck all wrong. So why would you walk away when you've done nothing wrong? Have the conversation. Try and get hold of your sisters and just say, look, I'm really sorry that you thought that wasn't correct parenting. Might have made a mistake. Maybe you've made mistakes in the past and I haven't said anything or have advised you. Why couldn't you tell me? I wouldn't do it like that because. But certainly don't walk away, because if you walk away, then you're going to miss out on a relationship with your nieces and nephews. And why should you do that? That's really unfair to your nieces and nephews as well as you. Moving on. Ooh! I'm taking some vitamins, fizzy vitamins. Woo-hoo! It's got him up my nose. Where are we going with this now? Oh, 3 sisters. Hi Nelly, my fiance of 3 years has just left me. Oh, he's blocked me on everything without saying any reasons why. When I went round to get my things from his, he got his friend to give me my stuff and refused to talk to me. Now I'm stuck, no longer engaged and not knowing what I did wrong and feeling like I'm not good enough. Why couldn't he give me a reason to why he left? Why didn't I get a goodbye? So there's no closure, is there? There's absolutely no closure, and you're going to be sat there ruminating. What did I say? What did I do? What did I not say? What didn't I do? Why? You may never get the answer as to why, and that's so sad that he hasn't got a spine or a fucking backbone or a pair of balls to actually approach you and say, I've called off our 3-year engagement because maybe there's something that he's very ashamed about, he's disgusted about himself and he can't actually face up to it. You have to accept that sometimes people do shitty things. People can be shits. People can be shitty, horrible shit cunts. And this is a real shit cunt trick to do. Absolute wank splat. You deserve that. If you've been with somebody for 3 years, surely to God they have some kind of feelings for you. And if you put a fucking ring on it, surely he loved you at some point. He's not willing to do that, and that's making you feel not good enough. Believe me, darling, he's not good enough for you. Know your worth. Take back your power. Start grieving the loss of this relationship, healing, and moving on. Okay, don't be jumping back into another relationship. It's too soon, you're not ready. And please, whatever you wanted to say to him, you're not going to get the chance. Write it down. Write it all in a letter. Put it all in a text message and send it yourself. And move on. You may not get the closure you need from him, but you can certainly bring the closure to yourself. Yeah? And don't ever think you're not good enough. Don't ever think that, sweetheart. He is not good enough for you. Take back your power and know your worth. Come on! We can do this, can't we? Yes, moving on. Please, Auntie Nelly, keep me anonymous. This is my first time writing. Oh, I'm 30 and still live at home. I live with my parents and siblings. My sister has been quite a handful for many years now. She has an awful attitude. And I also have issues with my dad. He can be quite nasty. Over the years I've got older, we don't see eye to eye. He is my stepdad, and I overheard a conversation recently between him and my sister slagging me off. I told my mum, and words were exchanged. How old are you? 30, and you've gone to tell your mum. I'm telling my mum on you. That's something me and my brother do as like a joke. I'm 47 and he's 43. And like, if he comes in kitchen and eats something that's for tea, I'll go and tell him mum on you. You're 30. Don't go and tell your mum. I know I should probably move out by now, but I can't afford to. Blah, 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 blah. When you hear something in the household that you don't feel is acceptable behaviour to your character, you call that person out there and then. I've heard what you've just said about me and I don't appreciate it. Please don't talk about me behind my back. We may not see eye to eye, but while we're living under the same roof, Would it be okay with you if, yes, we ignore each other, but we're civil? Therefore, if we're eating at the table, there's no need for dirty looks or, you know, little glances or little remarks. All I want you to do is know that I'm living in this house until I can afford to move out, which I can't wait for that day, but please be civil to me. I'm not going to disrespect you, and you don't disrespect me. End of. Don't go running to your mum, because that is just a really childish thing to do. And it sounds to me like your dad and your sister are being extremely childish in this anyway. So don't rise to it. Be the bigger person and say, I've heard you. It's, you know, assassination of my character and I don't appreciate it. We can't like everybody in life, and it's clear that I don't like you and you don't like me. But while we live under this fucking roof, let's try and be civil like the adults we are. Out of respect for your wife and my mum. Leave it at that. And please, 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 start finding a way of earning a little bit of extra money. Get a bond, maybe do a house share and move out, because it's not healthy to be in such a toxic relationship. Dear Auntie Nelly, Christ, this is small. Since September, I have 2 significant deaths. My best friend dropped dead and my uncle died due to COVID. Now, my stepmom has cancer and has 6 months to live. There is no treatment and I'm in despair. Please help. Oh, dear God. Things are so difficult at the moment with the pandemic. We do feel like we're living in a world of death. In our family, personally, we've had 4 deaths since September. And it's hard. It's fucking hard. Who have you got round you that's helping you? Who's your support network? Have you got a partner? You said your best friend's dropped down. Have you got other friends? Have you got children? Have you got neighbours? If you haven't, then please reach out. There's so many charities out there that will help you with bereavement counselling. The Samaritans will take your call 24/7. There's lots of things online that you can be reaching out and have somebody at the end of that phone call that may just put that little bit of a spring in your step. When we're watching somebody go through treatment, that even if we know it's a terminal illness, it's like a long goodbye, because you know that person is going to pass. Enjoy every minute until that moment. While you're shrouded in this grief, you're not going to be able to get your mind in the right place to enjoy this time with your mum. And I'm not saying it's going to be an enjoyable time, but I want you to spend every single moment with your mum until you can't. So reach out to those people in your leisure time. Try and get a little bit of assistance for the bereavement and the grief that you're feeling. But don't let that shroud your every day with spending time with mum. Spend as much fucking time as you can with her. Because believe me, 6 months is not a long time. And hopefully they've got it wrong. Hopefully it's 16 months. Because nobody's God. They don't know. So please reach out, get a little bit of help. There's lots of bereavement services out there. There's lots of things online. You can click on a button, speak to somebody. Don't get that grief and that bereavement on your shoulders when you're spending these last precious, precious moments with mum. God bless you, sweetheart. I'm sending you all my love and condolences. You've had a fucking rough ride, haven't you? And I always think, you know, when things come all at once, surely to God it can't get any worse. No, it can't, can it? So it can only get better. Hi Nelly, I've got a problem. Could you help me? I will try. Obviously anonymous, obviously. My ex was abusive and now we split up, but it still haunts my dreams. And I was just wondering if you could give me advice for healing or anything to help not to pick bad men again. Okay, on the advice of picking bad men, you've come to the wrong place. Because I've said it once and I'll say it again, your Auntie Nelly is very much like, oh, you look like a bad decision. Over here, boy. I don't make mistakes, I date mistakes. Often engage them, sometimes marry them. So, on a serious note, jokes aside, we can't actually say whether a man's bad or not. We can only look for our, red flags and go with our gut instinct. Now, you was in an abusive relationship and that's still marring your judgment and that's still taking up a lot of room in your head. So number one, you're not ready for a relationship. So don't be thinking about who you're going to pick in the future. We need to understand what's going on now in your life. You've been in an abusive relationship. It sounds to me like you've probably got a little bit of PTSD. Go and speak to your doctor about it. You may need a little bit of counselling about what's gone on. Maybe a little bit of victim support. Maybe, you need to talk these things through. Get rid of all the baggage. Understand what happened. And I'm not saying that's you taking blame, but understand what happened. How did you allow that to happen in order for history not to repeat itself? Because we often find, I watch documentaries, I read things, we often find that ladies who get into abusive relationships, the history repeats itself and repeats itself because they get so bogged down in such low self-esteem, such low self-confidence, they think that's all they deserve. So they go from one bad relationship to another one. So work on yourself. Tell your doctor you might have a little bit of PTSD. Get the help that he advises and heal. And when you no longer are smarting from your past relationship, that's maybe when you'll feel ready to have a new one. But look for the red flags. Look for them and don't rush. Don't rush. There's no rush to be in a relationship. There's no rush to change your relationship status on Facebook. There's no rush to move in. There's no rush at all for anything. You don't even have to put a label on it. But go with your gut instinct, look for the red flags, don't rush and get the help you need now. And you're not ready for a relationship today. Certainly not. Anybody else who's watching, who's got different advice? I have never been in an abusive relationship. There has been times where I've looked back and thought, oh, that was a bit controlling. But at the time, I didn't recognise it. Are you still engaged, hon, or have you split up, sweetie? Says, I can't stand being called sweetie, it's a trigger. No, I got engaged in January 2020 and called my engagement off in March 2020. So, 12 months ago. I've not been engaged for 12 months, sweetheart. Anyway, welcome back. Moving on. Please keep an on. Oh, dear God. Oh, right, this is not a good one. I've recently found out that my ex-boyfriend has asked my sister out on a date and she said yes. She came into my bedroom and told me that she was going to go for a drink with him as they have lots in common and she really likes him. She also said she didn't see it as breaking the girl code as we weren't ever really a thing. We were together for 18 months and no, we never lived together. I got engaged. But why can she say that? I am so upset and I just don't know what to do. I feel like she has broken the girl code. And not just that, it's my sibling. Why is she doing this to me? Oh. So you had a boyfriend for 18 months and then you split up, you don't say why. And then he's gone and asked your sister out for a drink and she said, I'm going to go for it. So she hasn't come and asked permission because nobody needs permission, do we really? Grown people. But she's come to say, I'm going to go for a drink with him because we have lots in common and I right like him. And anyway, you two weren't even a thing anyway. Is she telling herself that so that she can feel better about what she's going to be doing? I had something very similar like this on Night Time in LA, but it were a bit different. Is that what she's saying? Because the girl code is you don't mess with your friends' exes, do you? You don't, do you? I know it can happen now and again, once in a blue moon, but it doesn't really happen. It's not really supposed to happen. But I think you've got to think. Let her go for the drink. There's a reason why you split up and I don't know why, but let her go for the drink. At the end of the day, that's your sister and blood is thicker than water. And I have a little bit of a feeling that it probably won't last 18 months. And when he's finished with your sister, he'll probably ask your mum out. If she wants your sloppy seconds, let her crack on. Your relationship has ended for a reason. That's what you must concentrate on. Don't fall out with your sister. It's your sister, blood's thicker than water. But you have every right to express to her that you're annoyed and you do believe that she's broke the girl code. And if you asked 100 people out of 100, I think 97 would say yes, she has. But yeah, you know, keep an eye on him asking your mum out, or your auntie, or your cousin. And yeah, let her go for that drink. Let her go for that drink. Don't be the one that looks like the bitter ex. You're better than that. Like, oh, his ex is mental. Well, it's your sister. You know what I mean? Don't be that one. Don't rise to it. Let him go for a drink. Yes, she has broke the girl code. I hope that the drink's not successful. And I think she's only said that to you to make herself feel better because she fucking knows that that's wrong. Move on in life. Be happy. Hold your head up high. Tits out. Keep smiling. And you will find the man of your dreams. And he'll be your man of your dreams. And you'll be his girl of his dreams. And your sister will just be his sister-in-law. And we'll leave it at that. That's been today's Sunday service, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I am. I can't believe the sun has started shining. It's still pissing it down, but the sun is shining. And what time is it? So it's 12:42. For anybody who thought it was 11:42, it's 12:42. So whatever you do today with your day, good morning, good afternoon and good evening, wherever you've been watching me from. Once again, any advice I've given was for entertainment purposes. Give me a like, give me a love, give me a share. And please know that if anybody comments on your comments with prize, giveaway, gift, congratulations, it's a scam. So report them and block them. And I will see you all very, very soon. Maybe, just maybe, you'll see that review tomorrow. Just maybe. Take care, flower pots, and I'll see you all soon.